What the fuck's going on, guys? It's Hack from Reggie. I'm gonna show you guys today how to make a simple, transitions. Very basic. If you're new to AE, this will definitely help you. To start out, you're gonna need Sapphire, the Sapphire plugin, and specifically you'll need blur motion curves. But just type in blur mode, will come up. So let's say you have a setup already set up, like a normal person. You have your song and your keyframes. Alright, so obviously no transitions. You're gonna want to make sure you have this enables motion blur ticked on. I don't have it right now, so I can render these quicker, or just while I'm editing I can render them quicker. You should definitely turn them on at the end. It makes your edits a lot smoother. Doesn't have that much render time. I just don't do it now because I'm doing this live, so you know. So you're gonna want to take blur mode curves right here, drag it on your first clip. You'll get presented with this window over here. You can change anything in here that you want to. I guess right now I'll be doing let's do an X transition. So you're gonna want to find where you want the transition to start on your clip, and then just click the stopwatch right here. Then if you go on your keyboard and you press O, it'll go to the end of the clip. One keyframe from the end though. And then from here you take it and change it to whatever you want. We'll do 450, because why not? Now obviously you see a black bar over there. There's different things you can do. This wrap button, these wrap buttons right here, they just show what's going to happen to it. So if I set it to tile, then it'll tile obviously, and if I set it to reflect, it reflects what it's on. That's up so basically all to personal preference. I prefer tile. I think it looks nicer, so I'm going to be using that. So now that you have your two positions keyframed, don't worry about that. Also don't worry about that. I don't know idea. It's going to confuse you. You're going to want to click on the clip that you have before, press U, and you have your keyframes right here. Highlight them like this, and then press F9 on your keyboard, or you can right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Then you're going to want to click on it, go to your graph editor, and like I said last tutorial, some people may have the value graph. If you have the value graph, just make it look something like this. And if you prefer using the speed graph like I do, then I'm going to have to change this back real quick. Then the value graph is much easier. You just drag this all the way to the side, so it's at 0.01%. You drag this to either 100 or around 90. I prefer 90. I think it looks cleaner. It's up to you. And now I'll set this to quarter so it can render faster. Do it. So as you can see right there, it started moving. It should be doing that. If it doesn't, then just rewind the video, see what you did wrong. Now you're going to want to take blur mode curves and you add it to your second clip right here. Do the same thing you did, except take the values that you put from here. So since I put 450, one thing, I'm going to put negative 450. So it goes like that. And since I had it set to tile before, it's set to tile now. This is the most basic way of doing it. If you wanted, for example, you could change this to some crazy high number, negative 1000, and then set this to something low, like negative 500, 450, whatever, and it'll have a different just look. Depends on what you're going for. I think I had this at 45 before. Normal 45. So go back onto this. You're going to want to press I on your keyboard. That will take you to the start of your clip. Pretty easy. Down here you can see that I set it to 450. So in here I'm going to set it to negative 450. And go out a little bit to the middle of your clip is generally a good idea. A different style you can do is drag it all the way to the end like this, so the transition takes up most of the clip. Again, just personal preference on what you want to do with your clip. It's all up to you. I can't judge you. You could have it be short like this, and then you have the rest of your clip just normal. Like I said, all up to you. Be creative with it. That's what editing's all about. Having fun. Alright, so highlight them, press F9. Same thing last time. Open your graph editor, except this time you're going to pull these little dots over to the left. I'm going to set this to say 92, doesn't really matter. If you're on the value graph, make it look like that, and you're all good. Now if I watch this back, I have a transition. Now the more complex things you can do is say you want to add a zoom and a rotate. It's pretty basic, it just adds more to it. My bad. So actually you shouldn't apply to this first. I just misclicked. Go back on your first clip, say you wanted to add more. You can go to where your keyframe starts, where your transition starts. Press the stopwatch on these over here. You can keyframe wherever you want. You could keyframe your y-axis for all I care. Like I said, do what you want. So say I wanted to zoom in the good values anywhere between 0.8 and 0.6. I'm going to go right in the middle, 0.75. Not right in the middle, so whatever, doesn't really matter. Say I want it to rotate. I want it to rotate to 30 degrees. So as you can see right here, I have black bars up there. That's because I didn't click wrap Y for just the X slide, the slide. It doesn't matter, but for this it does. So I'm just going to click tile on here. You can do reflect, doesn't really matter. All your style, figure that out for what you like. Press U on your keyboard, opens up all the keyframes. Highlight these and edit them one by one. I didn't click it. Drag this, 96. It doesn't have to be precise. No one will be able to tell if it's a different percentage. It actually might be a good idea to vary your percentage just so it doesn't look too manufactured, I guess you'd want to say. It looks organic. Okay, so I'm going to go on the same thing over here. And now I'm going to add it on here. So since I did a zoom in on here, a good rule of thumb is the lower you went down from 1, you add on to here. So since I went from 1 to 0.75, I went down 0.25. So for this, I didn't need to drag that 2 in there. Excuse me. For this, you can just add 1.25. Since I went down 0.25 on here, I would go add 0.25 on here. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. I don't know why. I set this to 30 degrees before, so I'm gonna set it to -30 right now. Like I said, if you wanted to add a different style, I could set this to like -15 and it'd look different, look nicer, or look worse. It all really just depends on what you're doing. I recommend you go and try a bunch of different values just to see what you like and what looks good. Once you figure out your style, like I said, you're good to go. Start making quality edits. You're gonna want to go back onto here to the end of the keyframe. You set this to 0, but Z distance you're gonna want to set that to 1 if you set it to 0. Not right. So set it to 1. That's only for Z distance. And then U to highlight all keyframes. Highlight F9, and then you can just drag it like I did before. Fun fact, if you don't feel like clicking on the keyframes themselves, you can just click on the effect over here. It'll pull up the graph for it. This makes it easier so you don't have to click out of the graph each time. Save you a little bit of time. Now if I watch this, it was the transition like that. That's basically it. That's all there is to it. Just figure out what you like, what you think looks good. And that's really all there is to it. I want you to experiment, be creative. Like I said, that's what editing's all about. Just have fun with it, and we'll see you guys next time. I love you.